It is highly essential to target entire nation and to train on this particular mission.
We should form zero waste society instead waiting for the government to make big policy changes.
Actually, non-government organization and international agencies also can play a important role to promote the zero waste concept among the society.
In this planet we have many limitations. Fresh water is one of the limitation. The climate change is another limitation.
So I personally believe that the people can deny any material promote at the commercial level which are not friendly with the environment if they have a good attitude change.
Consumers and the businesses are important stakeholders when achieving zero waste goals. Especially the urban dwellers are strong consumers and they buy the things from the supermarkets. So it's important for us to understand that urban consumers are very much important. But at the same time, if the supermarkets are not ready with the zero waste policy, so then it's very hard to achieve.
Nalin Mana, Director Waste Management Authority of the Western Province. If we're going to promote a zero waste concept as a vision of the country, it is highly essential to target entire nation and to train on this particular mission. So that means the different the economic scale, people who are in different economic scale, in different ages, and we have to target on this zero waste concept.
Yes, we can, but we need more responsible citizens. I believe people are more sensitive to their children. So if we move their mindsets to preserve the planet for future generation, this zero waste principle will work around the world. No, because most of the local authorities treat garbage as a property of the local authority. So that's the law. But this makes them a profitable business because dumping every time, so they pay money. So therefore, increasing the amount of garbage is a profitable business for them. But at the same time, there are certain local authorities with the leadership of certain good people in those local authorities. They have implemented certain composting facilities and also recycling facilities in Sri Lanka.
At present, the government agencies who are working on these disciplines, so they should take the responsibility of promoting the zero waste mission among the society. Apart from that, actually non-government organization and international agencies also can play a important role to promote the zero waste concept among the society.
In the zero waste concept, so you need to think about reducing the amount of packaging, increase the reuse, increase the recycling, and even sometimes changing the purchases you want to have. In certain people, you can just go into the environmental friendly alternatives and you are not bringing any waste to home. So in that way, you can reduce your garbage.
The problem is now the people, they sort garbage at the generation. On the other end, there is end users. But the problem is there is no completed system to collect those segregated garbage at the doorsteps. So therefore, I personally observe that there is a gap between a waste generator and end user. So therefore, it is really important to fill this gap by promoting waste collector at doorstep level.
In the rural environment, we have a lot of alternatives to plastics. Especially when we are making sleeping mats, we use pandanus species or coconut leaves. And sometimes we convert the arecanut leaves to convert into the plates. And also coconut shells can be converted to spoons. We also have banana leaves for food wrapping. So these alternatives are readily available in the environment. So I think if we want to convert, if we want to introduce the zero waste into the rural areas, it is much easier for us.
Actually, now since the society that we are moving into the very busy life, some maybe the traditional practices now already we have forgotten. Therefore, I think so we have to develop some enabling environment to practice that good practices in waste management in the society. Then actually we can reach zero waste concept rather easily.
Yes, I think in reducing the in introducing the zero waste policy, so much of the responsibility goes to the consumers. So the consumers need to reduce their waste. The small businesses can think about how they can distribute their goods, especially the fresh vegetables can make to a home delivery. Even the certain day-to-day needs like the kitchen utensils, or even the certain washing powders, etc. So you can make it to a home delivery. So by that way, if we reduce the number of containers we are bringing into the home, or even the shopping bags we are bringing into the home, even number of yogurt cups we brought into the home, is the fundamental thing for converting into a zero waste society. Some of those businesses, especially the businesses come from like the supermarkets, so they have a tradition of selling very cheap products which are not very useful to anybody. At the same time, they don't have a long lifetime. So in such products, we should be ready to discourage, and we should be ready to refuse all the time. So in a zero waste concept, so reduction of waste or reduction of unnecessary material is very, very important. So definitely I would say that the refusing those promotional products is a very important part of zero waste policy.
So I personally believe that the people can deny any material promote in the commercial level which are not friendly with the environment if they have a good attitude change. So therefore, at younger stage, if we can do real attitude change of the society, then at any stage of their life they can deny any material which are strongly against to the environment.
There are countries like Korea, Philippines, so they have already introduced zero waste local authorities, and very successfully. They have the local community members who are engaging in recycling, reusing these items. So within the society, you can create that sort of a job cadre, and it can be a small business for certain people in the society. So it is already happening in the world. I think Sri Lanka is also a very good place to introduce zero waste society. Yes, most of the local authorities in Sri Lanka produce less than 2 metric tons. We can easily mobilize those local authorities to reduce more. Especially in the rural areas, they have a place to dump their compostable or perishable garbage, and also so they are buying from the local shops which are very less packaging material, and also they don't normally buy unnecessary material, and they have very big land areas. In such a situation, it is very easy to convert those local authorities into the zero waste local authorities. I believe that we are going above the planetary limits. And in this planet we have many limitations. Fresh water is one of the limitation. The climate change is another limitation. And we have very limited resources around the world. So if we destroy our water, our air, our soil, definitely we are going to have big problems. Especially our future generation is going to suffer a lot. So I think waste is one of the very reason for destroying all these natural resources and the basic needs. So if we convince the government, if we convince the people in the country to change their attitude just because they respect or their future generation, or they believe the right of their future generation, definitely we should be able to convince our society to convert into a zero waste society.
I have to emphasize the need of the proper training program at the society level as well as at the officers level of the local government authorities. So Waste Management Authority conduct capacity building program of local government authorities, especially on this new technology and new techniques of waste reduction, reusing and recycling. And parallel to that, actually Waste Management Authority together with the officers of the local government authorities, we are conducting different types of awareness program at the society level to promote these concepts.
We should form zero waste society instead waiting for the government to make big policy changes. We can change the people's attitude by making awareness on how to reduce, how to recycle, how to avoid certain items that you bring to home. So you have to choose what are the most important products to your home. Especially when you are bringing so much of packaging, you can convince the society that you don't need all these packaging. And even the home delivery is one of the concepts that you can reduce your packaging you bring to home. Especially when we are going into the supermarkets, if we carry our own bag, so we can reduce number of plastics bags coming into home. Finally, we don't have any other option. Finally, maybe either it goes to the dumping site or the burning site. So these are some of those attitudes that you can change to the consumer societies or the zero waste societies. I believe these zero waste societies is fundamental when we are moving our society into the zero waste economy or the circular economy in a country.